Welcome to Keto Kitchen here on Northwest Digital News. Kevin Hunter with Chris Bornstead and Kyle Torgeson.
Hello.
Rare, medium, or well done. Everything's better with butter here on Northwest Digital News, isn't it?
Butter.
Yeah. Man, the intro though, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
So much stuff.
All right. So, hey, you guys, if you missed it, if you got a great family recipe you want to share with, make sure you send that to us. Come on, join us on the show. As you see up here above, join us for lunch. You can do that. Join us for lunch here on the show, and you can participate in sharing a family recipe or participate in sharing one of our great meals. As you notice, we do restaurant reviews as well. So we've been out to various restaurants in the region, in the area. We will come to your restaurant,
Right.
and do a show there if you'd like.
I was thinking, you know, as to further on that, you guys, it doesn't have to be keto compliant either. Not everybody is on keto, so I mean, we'll just eat smaller portions and power through it.
Yeah.
But you know, if you want to bring a recipe that's non-keto on here as well, go for it.
And we might give the restaurant owner and the chef tips on how to take a meal they're currently offering and put a keto compliant alternative to it, because there's many ways that you can take food that you already eat and convert them to a keto compliant type meal.
I mean, like
better with butter.
how we're doing today, Kevin?
Like how we're doing today, because you notice something, you guys. There's a big jar. There's 3 cups of rice here on our table today. And there's all kinds of people who just went, oh
my gosh, it's rice. That's not
head
keto.
exploded. They're going to do rice on keto? Like, oh my gosh, you know, these guys are keto hypocrites. No, we're not.
No, this is
There's all kinds of things you guys don't know about the science of food that you need to learn.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with the resistant starch thing and understanding that. So that's why we keep going back to these resistant starches.
We keep coming back to it, you guys, because
I'm going to figure it out eventually, because, you know, my mind, when we talk about keto and we talk about potatoes and rice and breads, you know, we all know that those are things that aren't supposed to eat on keto. But then you said to the science of food, through science, thank you, we can eat these things on keto if you do it right. And so we are going to teach you.
There's some things you need to understand.
Which is also teaching some of us on how to do this.
Hey, grab this link that my wife Stephanie sent us. Grab this web link and throw this up on the back screen if you would, real quick. It's up on the other screen over there, Kyle. Bring it down here on the back screen behind us. I want to share this with you guys. This is published by Dr. Stephanie Estima, and the #1 bad carb you should be eating on a ketogenic diet. This is recommended by Dr. Stephanie. There's actually a lot of people who've written about things on here. I want you to scroll down on the article here a little bit, Kyle, and take us down to the area where it shows some of the prime suspects for resistant starch. If you guys have not researched this, you've completely missed out, and you've even taken foods out of your diet that you never needed to. For right there, a few examples of awesome resistant starch. Green bananas. We throw green bananas into our smoothies at home all the time.
Oh,
all the time.
Speaking of bananas, you know, for you banana lovers out there, Cash and Carry is selling them right now for 39 cents a pound.
Whoa.
And get them while they're green, you guys.
That is
they're
a deal.
Okay.
And they have boxes of the green ones.
And there's raw potato starch. So you take and you can put raw potato into your smoothies, etc. But there's another way to take a potato and turn a majority of its carbs into resistant starch as well. And that is to heat it, like as a crate of baked potato, heat it, cool it, heat it, cool it. That heating and cooling cycle is what converts the starches into resistant starch. And you have to research this, you guys. Don't be ignorant about this, because you could be enjoying an amazing gourmet baked potato on a ketogenic diet. And then, of course, the bottom one there, cold rice, recipe below with preparation and chemical composition breakdown. So all the science is here on this site, you guys. Go do the research and read it. And don't come back here and say, you guys can't eat rice on keto, because you're dang right we can, and the science is behind us. So, with no more ado, Chris, we're going to fire up that grill.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're going to go with that temperature of 350. Kyle, I can't see from my angle if that's absolutely correct. But
Oh, well, hey.
am I close? Is it close to
know.
350? I mean,
You actually got it.
You got it.
And I'm left-handed, so it's going to make things even a little bit more
Okay, so what are we going to start with
so
here, Chris?
right
putting
now,
into the
I've
pan?
already put, because, you know, we want to smell wonderful things, you know, while we're sitting here getting ready for the show.
We're torturing everybody in the building, you guys.
we
They're
are.
like wondering, what in the heck are those guys cooking again?
I got here early and did a bunch of the prep cutting up of the onions and the and the garlic, and as soon as Kevin walked in the building, he could smell it. But basically, we're going to start with sesame oil, and there are absolutely no carbs in here. There are
One of the
calories.
very
though.
common oils used in Japanese cuisine.
And it is saturated fat.
Yes.
So we're talking the good fats. So we got that in the pan here, and it's warming up here in a little bit. And so now it's just kind of waiting for this pan to warm up, and then I will start putting in some other things.
So show people some of the food that you got that's going to go into the pan, and
So
let's help them understand
basically,
that.
we have some garlic that we cut up here, some green onion that we cut up here, and we're going to put the green onion, the actual green part, in last. It's just on the plate because it's something we use. Then we have some water chestnuts, which the water chestnuts do have some carbs, so you have to use them sparingly. I love water chestnuts. And then we have
Food
some,
disappears when it's in Chris's hand.
It's a good thing about being the cook, right?
Yeah.
And then we have peas and carrots. No, peas and carrots.
Or keys and parrots,
throw in
whichever
there
way
too.
you'd like it to be.
And then
Parrots.
over here we have some sprouts.
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 Sorry, I'm still chewing up a water chestnut. And then right over here we have some chicken.
Some chicken that's going to
Pre-cooked
go
chicken.
in. Yep. And then 3 cups of rice that was boiled and cooked late last night and then refrigerated over the evening. So it was heated and cooled. It's going to be heated again in this process. So like I said earlier, go do a little research on resistant starch, you guys. You need the resistant starch in your diet, and here's why. Not only is it keto compliant, but there's another big reason why you want to do this, you guys. Resistant starch doesn't digest in the stomach and small intestine, so you have no insulin response to it. It goes down and feeds the bacteria. It's digested in the large intestine and feeds the bacteria that you need in your large intestine. There you go. And helps create the good digestive flora all the way up, because digestive health starts in the large intestine. A lot of people put probiotics and all kinds of things into their diet and in their stomach, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you have to be aware of the fact that good digestive health starts in the large intestine. So that's why resistant starch has to be a part of your diet. All right, so you had the garlic in there first and the water chestnuts right after them. We got some nice sizzle. Don't worry about turning that down. People need to know this stuff is
It's
cooking.
overbearing.
All right. You
yeah.
can probably put the rice in there if you wanted to.
Okay, let's do this, man.
Wow, that's sizzling.
That is sizzling, man. All right, so in goes 3 cups of rice, pre-cooked rice. We're making everybody hungry out there, you know.
There's a little bit different texture on the rice than.
And jealous.
So, let's see here.
But that's where you got to take it to. Oh, Chris has to fix his mic here real quick.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Kyle. I know that makes more work for you.
It's okay. I work so hard.
Will you turn that down a little bit? I don't think we need to get quite that.
Take it down to just under 300 degrees.
Yeah, I'll do just that.
We're going to give you just a little bit of, you know, in the intro where it said, everything's better with butter.
It's true.
So is this.
It's true.
Yes. And by the way, you guys, this is Kerrygold grass-fed butter. Make sure you're using the good stuff, man.
You know, we haven't even talked about the dessert.
We haven't talked about dessert, and we do have dessert coming up. It's not dessert time yet, but we do have a super delicious keto-compliant dessert that's coming up here.
You'll be quite surprised what it actually is, and you'll be happily surprised.
Happily surprised, yes.
Oh, you know what we forgot?
A lot of people also, the dessert we're going to have today on the show, a lot of people who are on ketogenic diets took this dessert out of their diet as well, and it's simply because, again, failed to understand how to make it the right way.
I knew I would forget something, and I did.
What'd you
Something else
forget?
that's really important to a fried rice recipe is egg. there should be some scrambled egg in here. So we won't have that in today's fried rice, but normally there would be, there would be that in there.
How many eggs would you like in the fried rice?
Well, if you
Oh wait, no. Who do you think we are? We're keto. We have
Yeah, how
eggs.
many eggs would you like in the fried rice?
I mean, just
Come on, Chris, how many would you like there?
3 or 4, 2 or 3.
Do you want to go get
Okay,
it?
Kyle, grab a couple eggs out of the fridge.
Look at that.
We got eggs here, you guys.
And then I'll need somebody to.
Yeah, I'll crack them and get them rolling here for you. In fact, we'll crack them into the rice. You want me to beat them a little bit for you?
Yeah. That would be
Okay,
great.
Great.
It'd be great to have them scrambled. So now, again, you guys remember this is a little different than normal. So your rice is going to be a different consistency to what you're used to. But you know what? You get to eat rice. So.
Oh, he brings me 4 of them.
Well, I think we only need a cup. Well, maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay, we'll go with a couple here. How's that sound?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to crack them off to the side here, Chris. I'll have them for you here in just a second.
The rice is still frying. How does it smell, Kyle? I mean, does it smell pretty good over there?
Oh, it smells amazing.
It smells so good.
Anytime you guys fry sesame oil, it's just super good. And it gives a really good flavor to whatever you're cooking with.
I mean, we go to Faux Friday every Friday, so I'm gonna know you know how.
I'm gonna have them cut down on my noodles this week. I'm gonna have them drop my noodles in half because I can't finish a full bowl of pho now.
Oh no. Bowl of
Which
pho.
is interesting because he's been eating a whole bowl of noodles forever.
Forever. That's
We have
right.
a comment on Twitch. Uncle Stinky says hello. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Pinky.
Uncle Stinky.
Uncle
That's what I thought you said. It was
Stinky.
Uncle Stinky.
Yeah, Uncle Stinky. Hello.
I love internet names. This is gonna be like a fried rice pancake by the time we're done.
Woo.
Hey, you might want to add, whenever you put egg into a dish like this, you might want to add a little bit of salt, but we're going to be putting in some soy sauce.
which has lots of salt.
Which has
you
lots
guys.
of salt, yes. Okay, so do you want this poured
Yeah,
all over the egg
no,
or just right here? Okay,
'cause
all
we're
right.
gonna
So
basically-
3 eggs going in, you guys.
Okay, so hold up there for a second here. All right, yeah, go ahead. Just pour
Oh,
it
we'll
right there.
just go for broke.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
basically we want to scramble the eggs and then add it to the rice.
There you go.
Well, thanks for saving me, you guys, because, the egg really does make a difference in your rice.
It says
course.
Keto Kitchen.
Michael
We have
Ferrick. Sorry.
a whole kitchen full of goodies
Yes,
here.
Michael?
Michael Ferrick says you guys need to cook lunch for the whole building, or you will have a mutiny.
Well,
Hey,
I'm sure
tell you what.
people upstairs are freaking out down here on this level. Yeah.
If they turn the heat down, I'll feed them.
I feel like I should go lock the door.
The door actually is locked.
Look at that.
You guys, in order to come see us during the broadcast, you have to make an appointment to do that because we do keep the facility secured.
That is true.
Yes.
We can, though, send you our email, which is wainfo2017@gmail.com.
Yes.
That is WAinfo2017.
And that email is
at
open here at the
gmail.com.
broadcast desk the entire time during our show.
Yeah, the eggs
It's
are
So
true.
you can send us stuff or send us a request to come join us on a show, and we'll accommodate you.
Yeah, we talked about family recipes. We want to know more. Oh, look at that.
So, if you happen to be in town and you're going, oh my gosh, that stuff looks delicious those guys are cooking. I want to try some.
We got you.
Send an email, and or you can even put it in the chat and tell Kyle you're coming on down to join us, and
All right.
we'll feed you.
I think that'd be cool. Have a special guest on Wednesday, someone who's never tried keto food before, and show them what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you're a restaurant and you want to bring your food in for us too, we'll let you do that.
If you claim to have keto stuff on your recipe and you want us to try it, bring it on in, man. We'd love to do that for you.
Ed Rivas says, Chris, you look too serious.
Oh man, we're talking food, Ed. I mean, you
This
know
is-
me.
this
You've
is
known
life
me
and
for
death
how many years,
situation.
Ed? This is food. This is serious business.
This is totally serious business.
Oh, man. I actually have a close-up of the bottles of all the bottles we're using as well.
Well, the rice is starting to stick to the bottom of the pan. We may want to add a little bit more.
You want a little more of that butter?
Or oil, whichever.
Here, let's go with more butter because
You know,
this is
You can never have
butter
too much
is
either.
one of the best sources of MCTs. That's medium chain triglycerides.
Hey, Kevin. Michael Ferrick says, hey, is there an Irish stew on keto?
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be
Yes,
great?
there is, Michael.
Oh, good news.
Yes, there is.
Is that a request?
Ed replies to you, Chris, more than I can count, brother.
I've lived here forever, you guys. I know a lot of people.
I lived here my entire life.
Yeah, but do you know a lot of people?
No. I don't know anyone.
All 13 years?
All right.
Believe it or not, I'm 20.
Yeah.
The
Kyle
beard
Ferguson
gives
is-
it away because, you know, he got the beard in the 6th grade.
Kyle Ferguson
Actually-
is the
I started getting some facial hair 6th grade, and by 8th grade I could grow
It
all
goes
the way.
in the
carrots,
peas and parrots,
Yep.
as you said earlier.
peas and parrots.
Yeah.
All right.
That, you know, peas can actually be used for catching fish in the wintertime in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, you chop a hole in the ice and you put peas around the perimeter of the ice hole.
You know, we used to catch fish on corn up here, corn kernels, until they said that we couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But you want to catch a fish real fast?
But-
Just put some corn
Kyle, so how
around
does it
there.
happen?
No, I wanted...
You put peas around the ice hole
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
and you wait when a fish comes up to take a pea.
Oh,
that's
no.
when you grab them.
okay. Huh.
That's how it works.
I heard about the one with the polar bear, but I've never heard one about catching fish that way.
Yes, works with fish too.
Wow.
Hey, Kevin, you want to turn this rice a darker color for me?
Yeah.
You know how to do that?
By adding a little soy sauce.
That's correct.
Yes.
And we do have close-ups of the bottles, so you can see what we are using as well.
And here is the Kikomon. No, actually, it's not pronounced like that. But here it is, the old soy sauce going into the goodies.
Yeah, now you have to, let's see here.
How much would you like? See, one thing I learned from, actually lived with a French chef years ago. And learned that cooking is like chemistry. The nice even distribution of the ingredients, like some people just dump stuff in there and then try to, but nice even distribution of the ingredients makes for much better food.
That only enhanced our smell too, by the way. If we had smell vision right now,
Smell-o-vision. That
Yeah.
that will be coming soon. Not
Yes.
for us, but it is in the making. It's cool. It's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Chris, you're just having way too much fun.
yeah. Now you gotta be careful with the soy sauce. I mean, we could add more, but remember, soy sauce is real high in salt.
So
And,
don't get too carried away with it.
Oh,
You know, for those salt people that are trying to,
Speaking
But
of more
it-
goodness,
it does add
Oh, yeah,
some
we got the
great
chicken.
flavor. Yeah,
I
haven't even
tell-
added the chicken yet, you guys.
that is a lot of food.
let me tell you guys a story. So there's this group of friends, and they went to a restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and they had soy sauce on the table. It was a full soy sauce, and it was like, you know, the restaurant size. So it's not a big bottle, but you know, it was a good size one. And they dared him to chug the entire bottle. So the guy did.
Soy sauce.
Yeah, of soy sauce. And he broke a world record that day of digesting the most sodium without brain damage.
I'm gonna turn it down
He
just
woke,
a little bit more.
he woke up in the hospital the next day. So he broke the world record for most sodium ingested.
All right.
You know
without
what?
brain
That is
damage.
also a really good way to shit your pants in 60 minutes or less.
Guaranteed.
Yes, you will do what's called a saltwater flush.
This is the internet, and we can use words like that. We don't have censors.
I need to get a censor button. I mean, I'll censor you guys like a
All
second
right, so
later.
the chicken
like,
is going in, you guys.
oh man. Cha-cha sauce and chicken, says Michael Frericks. Turn the soy sauce so I can actually look at the bottle. Or if you'd like, you can put it in front.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's just good old fashioned Kiko Mans.
Come on.
You guys, this is just ridiculous
going.
amounts of goodness we have on the table here today.
Oh man.
Now, wait till they hear about dessert.
I keep
Yeah.
forgetting about it.
Yeah, the dessert's coming next.
I can see it
It's
right
coming.
there.
It's coming.
Oh.
It's down here, just off the table, you guys,
I'm looking
because we're
at
going
it.
to surprise
There.
you with that.
I'm wanting it.
But for you health food fanatics and keto fanatics out there, you're going to be amazed that you get to put this into your diet,
All right.
and it actually helps you lose weight. Dessert that actually helps you lose weight.
And
Ed says-
lastly,
Oh no.
you can't have
Here go
fried
the
rice
sprouts.
without the sprouts.
Ed on Facebook says, no censor is good. You get real talk. I completely agree. Censorship is... Nope. Oh, look at that. My friend Luke Jenkins has joined the stream.
Kyle's only friend.
I know. Crazy.
Luke is watching the show
Luke's
right
totally missing out today because he
Yes,
could
he
have
is.
totally eaten some of this fried rice.
Yeah, we got fried rice on the show today.
now. Luke,
It's-
today is
it's
not your
keto.
lucky day. You are not lucky Luke today because you are not here on the show enjoying our
All right,
lunch
you
with us.
guys,
He
we're at
actually-
the point where we're going to have to call this done because it's turning into fried mush, which is okay. It's okay.
Oh, wait, we got some green onions going in.
Yeah, they're going on top. It's more of like a garnish, to make it look pretty.
You know, Luke, he actually told a really great tip on Snapchat the other day about how after frying your bacon, you put your eggs into the bacon grease instead of using butter or stuff like that.
Bingo.
Yep.
Bingo.
Yeah.
My wife always makes the bacon first, pours the bacon fat into the pan, adds a little bit of butter, and then fries the eggs
All
in
right,
that.
Kyle,
Yeah.
unplug
Yeah.
us. Unplug us from the device.
Unplug us. The heating portion is done. So you guys, just quick recap. What all does this have in it?
We got rice, we got sprouts, we got carrots, peas, water chestnuts, butter, soy sauce,
Fresh garlic,
sesame
Fresh
oil.
garlic. Lots of fresh garlic, by
Yep.
the way.
A lot of fresh stuff.
fried in butter and sesame oil.
Grilled chicken?
It's got some
Is it
soy
gr-
sauce in it.
Plate? Anyone?
Oh,
Plate coming your way.
Sorry, Kyle. He got his plate here first.
I did. All right,
A
Kyle.
little bit more?
Oh, sure.
I mean, there's going to be plenty.
There is going to be plenty, yes.
All right,
well, you
Kyle.
gotta take some for leftovers.
That's
as
what the
well.
governor from Minnesota said. I think his name was Tim. He said there'll be plenty for everybody.
Tim Palenti.
I see.
We do have some conservative jokes that we throw out every once in a while.
He did turn out to be a conservative joke.
See, it just keeps getting better.
He thought he was going to be president. That didn't happen.
Oh man.
All right.
Luke says, phone broke a while ago and now I need to download Twitch again. Sorry I've missed out on so much NDN. No problem. All our shows are actually on YouTube, Patreon, and Facebook, so you can catch up on all our shows. We do have secret shows on Patreon, though, that you can watch. It's pretty
You
pretty
guys,
cool.
this is way too good.
Oh, yeah.
Way too good. All right, Kyle, eat up, man.
See, that's my problem. I just get sidetracked and I'm like, oh yeah, food.
I know what I'm doing.
He's like one of the people down in the hood. He just keeps running his mouth.
Must have sriracha.
Then he forgets to eat.
And by the way, sriracha.
Actually, this is pretty entertaining, though, at the same time. There's a lot to distract you from eating, isn't there?
Sriracha is very, very keto good, and that's what we look like when we're done.
Rachel Bornstead says, great shirt. I'm glad it fits thanks to your hard work, Chris.
That's right. This is one of those shirts that I was able to go to my closet and wear today that I haven't been able to wear because I was too fat.
Look at that.
Knuckles on that, man.
Did you hear about the conspiracy theory about Jeffrey Smollett? Not Jeffrey Smollett, the guy that got shot, the rapper. You hear the conspiracy theory about him?
Yeah.
He supposedly was able to cure cancer. He had the cure for cancer. That's why he got terminated. That's actually just a conspiracy theory.
You know what? If you're going to do a
So
conspiracy
was the
theory,
form of cancer bad attitudes in the hood? Was that the cancer?
Apparently. I mean, technically anything can kill cancer cells if you use enough force. Like if you get a petri dish and shoot
You're
it with a
talking about
gun.
the rapper Nipsey.
Yes, Nipsey, rapper Nipsey. There we go.
You guys keep leaving out the well-respected West Coast rapper.
I'm
Well-respected
Come on,
West
you guys
Coast
keep
rapper
leaving the
Nipsey
well-respected
Hussle.
part.
Apparently, he could cure cancer.
You know what, though? Brandon Tatum talked about Nipsey Hussle, and he said it was one of his own homeboys, like one of the people that he grew up with, spent time around the hood. And Nipsey Hussle was actually focusing on a lot of good things in life. He had really changed his life around, but he still had some of these kinds of people in his circle of influence, and he corrected this person and told them what they needed to do, and basically put the smack down on him verbally, just gave him some constructive criticism. The guy didn't like it, went home. He says, "Hey man, you damaged my street cred." Went and got a gun, came back and shot him.
Was it a conversation just between him and his friend? I mean, because
Essentially,
if
yeah.
it's a conversation just between him and his friend, I don't understand how any street cred was lost because they didn't like live broadcast the discussion to their friends. So I mean, it was just.
I believe the
two guys.
conversation happened amongst a group of friends who were together, but I don't know exactly all the. I'm only sharing with you what was reported by Brandon Tatum and the information that he had on the thing.
So this is my plate of food that I have. There's so much.
You can't even tell it's keto.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I can't believe it's not butter, but this is actually healthy and good for you.
You guys, if you have a container in your fridge that says, I can't believe it's not butter, believe that it's not butter and get rid of it. And get the real stuff in your fridge. You know, the grass-fed
I
Kerry
can't believe
Gold
you
butter?
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, more sriracha.
Oh,
Well, I like spicy, so
that's true. Ooh, yeah, cayenne pepper. Oh yeah, we have
I throw some
I'm going
sriracha
to
on.
try a little sriracha here on there.
we should get in touch with the guy that has the hot sauce, Northwest Elixirs, Andrew
Yeah.
Garrett. We need to get in touch with him.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, we
as
saw him
soon as
at a
I get
foodie
my
show
pellet
down in
fed
Portland.
grill, he's going to have to introduce us into all kinds of. We'll have to have him develop a keto hot sauce red type of thing.
Pretty sure.
We got an invite to the foodie show, and in large part
Seafood
by
and Wine
Mr.
Festival.
Don Torgerson, who's following the show here today.
Donald T.
He alerted us to the foodie show. We went down there and met a lot of cool people there.
There's a great band playing. The guitar player was okay.
Yeah, the guitar player was kind of subpar, but I gave him a tip. I think it was 26 cents. I
Is that the
dropped
same
into
guy
his.
that slammed his car door on his hand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
okay.
April 1st.
Yeah.
On April 1st,
I
he
know,
slammed
I
his
know.
hand into his car door.
We're all planning on getting him to the hospital as quick as we could. Here in the studio once we found out. And
But in order to bring him to the proper position, we would have had to take him to a mental hospital.
he said it, not me.
I kind of checked out.
He's
What?
following, so we get to pick on him today.
I kind of checked out. What's going on?
What were you checking out?
So we actually have a whole bunch of rice left. If you get in here within 5 minutes, you can have something.
Chris, you got to hit me up with some more. We can't go home with just a.
I don't think I have enough
Half
stomach
helping.
for this.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even give you that much.
This is delicious, you guys. All right, I hope you learned something today, because we combined. We didn't even get to one of our leftover ingredients, which Chris brought along some absolutely amazing
Oh, yeah.
high-fat mushrooms, but we ended up with so dang much food with what we already had. By the way, Chris also feeds his mother. Your mom's gonna
Yeah, yeah.
die for this.
Yeah,
This is
she's
awesome.
been losing some weight too.
She's been following what you're
Well,
doing,
yeah, well,
or trying to.
I had to set an example for her and lose some weight first to show her that I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to, doing the food right. Her generation, they didn't have food labels and all that stuff on it. So they don't understand any of this. And they
Chris,
don't-
for clarity purposes, you are not going down and spending all kinds of time at the gym and running laps at the track and all that
No.
kind of stuff. What you essentially did was change your food. You guys, when you hear people who actually know what they're talking about saying that it's all about the food, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to the gym and work out and get some exercise and stuff like that. That's all great for you. But you can be perfectly fit by changing your food. Your natural, the natural level of body fat will find its own level over a period of time. You don't even have to be trying to lose weight. Just be eating the right kind of food and your weight will continue to drop until you come to the right body weight for you. And so that that will always include some body fat, because to have some body fat on you is simply healthy.
It's true. It is true. Yeah.
So you shouldn't be shooting for like Herschel Walker back when he was playing for the Dallas Cowboys and this 5% or 7% body fat.
Wow.
Yeah, not a good idea, you guys. Your brain and your liver and your kidneys and your skin and everything will pay the price for that low-fat content in your body. Don't do that to yourself.
On all the keto subreddits I'm on all the intermittent fasting subreddits I'm on, and all the weightlifting and stuff like that, every single person always agrees that to lose weight, it's 90% nutrition, 10% working out. So it all starts in the kitchen. That's what it does. Starts in the kitchen.
And that's why we are in the kitchen today.
That's true. See? Oh yeah, Michael Frericks. I saw this comment. I was like, oh yeah. So Michael Frericks says, when is the NDN cookbook coming out?
You know, there are already several published recipes, but we'll actually start posting this stuff on the website so that people can follow the cooking shows we have and make this stuff, because we always share the ingredients of what we put into this stuff, and we want people to be able to cook this stuff at home. So you're gonna get, if you notice, have we like repeated anything yet on any of these food shows you've done? Have
Not
we
yet,
repeated
no.
anything? No.
No, and that's good because, like I said, when I first did the keto diet last year, it's really hard to come up with stuff to cook because you start out and you start cooking things that you know, so it gets real repetitive, and so then you have to try to figure out other things. So it's good to look at these and have people, like the mushrooms, those are good. Wish you guys could try those. But we don't have a microwave. Kind of said we wouldn't want to warm them up in the microwave anyway, so.
I think we should get an NDN cookbook, kind of like all our favorite recipes. You know, each of us kind of picks like 3 of them, but they're ketoized. I think that'd be kind of cool. And of course, they have like the sections, like okay, this section's about resistant starch, and this is why, and has an information book as well. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I want to bring something else to everybody's attention as well. This is a little fun thing here. But tomorrow is April 4th, and April 4th is National Burrito Day. I don't know if you guys know that or not. So if you're looking for a way to celebrate National Burrito Day, tomorrow at Grounds for Opportunity over in Kelso, which is a job training program that's run by CAP. I eat there every once in a while. They're doing an all-day breakfast burrito special, where you get a monster breakfast burrito with your choice of a cup of coffee or a small juice or fountain beverage for $4.49, you guys.
Wow. And it's job training too. So
Yeah, so you're helping out. But if you're looking for somewhere to eat breakfast tomorrow or lunch tomorrow, Grounds for Opportunity is smoking deal for under $5. You can get a breakfast burrito and a drink, and that's pretty cool.
That's great.
Just throwing that out there, you guys.
Luke Jenkins says,
You know, you can also go down to Community House on Broadway, and you can get on the job training there as well.
Yep.
yeah, we went over there, and cooking was actually quite fun, and serving it up, that was pretty great.
Well, you guys, I have to tell you, that just went phew, right over, because you can get on the job training.
Community House on Broadway.
Okay.
CHOB, Chob.
On the job.
Okay, that was pretty great.
All right.
Luke Jenkins says, I missed this stream. Y'all are hilarious and give great advice. Thank you.
Score on both ends.
Touchdown.
Yes. All right, you guys, we promised you that there would be a dessert here on the show as well.
And it's surprising, too.
Yeah, so all this yumminess we've been enjoying here, we are going to finish up with a dessert. And then Chris is going to try to go to Forever after this and eat.
It's not Friday.
It's not.
It's not Friday.
Come on, Kevin.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding about that part.
Get with the game.
Okay, you guys. So, Kyle, did you copy the ingredients for this?
Well, I mean, no.
All right. Take a screenshot if you want.
Boom, bang, done too easy. I got it right there.
All right. So he's going to take a screenshot. You guys now take a look at this.
Oh, nope. Watch out.
Take a look at this. This is lemon cheesecake.
Here, I'll.
You can tell by
Mind blown. People are like, how can you eat cheesecake on a ketogenic diet? We'll pass this on down to Kyle.
I'm going to show you how.
I'm going to show you how you do it right here.
It passes down to Kyle.
I'm going to show you how you do
I'm
it.
going to show you exactly how you do this, Kevin.
Here's how you do it, man.
Cheesecake.
All right, you guys. Cheers with the forks. Keto fork cheer.
Keto.
I got stuff stuck to mine, so. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Woo!
All right, you guys. So we are enjoying some keto cheesecake. So I want to just cover the ingredients list here. First of all, you're going to melt all of these ingredients in a large saucepan under medium heat. So you're going to put 3 8-ounce cream cheese packages in there, 1/3 cup maple syrup, a 1/2 cup heavy cream. So you're going to mix all of this together. Now, you guys, here's one of the really interesting pieces of feedback that I get from people online is they'll go, you can't use maple syrup on a ketogenic diet. You know what, you guys? There's a recommended carb level, first of all, for a ketogenic diet. And secondly, if you look at where the where the GI index is for maple syrup compared to sugar, it's a much lower index in terms of sweetness, and in part because it has it's a source of actually a lot of really great minerals too. So this boosts your mineral intake in your diet. So you're gonna put all this on heat. Then Stephanie added in 4 eggs. So what else does this have in here besides fat? It has
1 tablespoon of vanilla.
No. What's the macro ingredient we're talking about here?
Macro ingredient.
Yeah, macro. So there's fats, proteins, carbs. What's the macro ingredient that's in here besides fat when you put in 4 eggs?
Protein?
Protein. Man, you guys are being slow on the draw today.
I got it.
You asked him, not me.
Okay. You just looked at me like, I got a mug full of cheesecake.
That's right.
I can't answer this question. Yeah, so put in 4 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, juice from 3 lemons. And you can add in some zest seasoning, that's optional. And then you bake all of this at 350 degrees in a 9x13 pan for 45 minutes. Chill and serve. You can even put fresh berries on this. Blueberries are delicious on this.
I like
along
blueberries.
With several others. And blueberries are one of the quality carbs you should have in your keto diet. So here you go, eggs go, lemon cheesecake.
There you go. I posted the recipe in the comments. So if you'd like some, you know where to get it.
Now, this is obviously different
Yeah,
than the
it's different.
cheesecakes you will be served in a restaurant.
But it's better than not having cheesecake.
Yes, and for me, you know what? My taste has so shifted away from like really sweet desserts to things that are more on this level that this is, I don't think I could eat regular lemon cheesecake again.
I could. But you are right. Things do start changing, tasting differently. I will never say no to cheesecake. But I'm telling you, you know, it's better than not having it. It's a different consistency. You know, you'll get through it. But it's not bad. I mean, I could even go heavier on the lemon on this because I love lemon. Kevin calls me last night and he goes, well, we're going to be doing a keto cheesecake on the thing there. And all of a sudden I hear Stephanie in the background go, does he want lemon or does he want pumpkin? And it's like, lemon, 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 lemon. You need to get finished and answer the question. I'm like, lemon, 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 lemon.
And if you have any other questions, lemon.
Lemon.
Wait,
It's another one of my favorite things. See if I make those lemon, you know, like pies, you know, they put some whipped cream on top of it. It's like, I can't eat them anymore, but they were good when I could.
You know, guys, one last thing. It's off table. I got my bulletproof coffee with me today.
I don't have any coffee. I'm out.
Yep, got my bulletproof coffee with me today. You're out of coffee? Well, that is absolutely ridiculous. We got to fix that.
Wasn't it like
It
a year
really is.
supply or something?
No. I mean, I'm out of coffee.
I was
I
like,
am out of coffee, but I'm out of coffee.
He's got an empty cup. But give it a little rotate. Give your cup a little rotate.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
The little heart was put on there by my daughter the other day.
yeah.
Nice.
We got
Came to
little
work and
stickers.
came to the studio and saw that she'd put a heart on there.
Now, I like things that are multi-use, right? So these stickers here. Now, what people don't know is they're small, so they're perfect coasters for shot glasses.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're perfect coaster for shot glass.
Every time you take a shot, think about us.
And because they are a vinyl material, you don't ever have to worry about the sweating glass destroying them. They'll be good forever.
Check that out. Boom.
Yes.
Just stick it on the bottom of your shot glass. Coaster everywhere you go.
Okay, let's go back to bringing up the sheet real quick on resistant starches because we want to share with people for those who tuned in late and had their mind blown about us having rice in our ketogenic diet. And they're going, oh, those guys cheated. Well, let's bring that web link back up. You guys need to read this.
Hey, I'll do you one better. I'll also
Dr.
post in the
Stephanie
comments.
Estema put it in the link for people. She talks about the #1 quote bad carb She's only
sure you
using
just
the
called
quote
the doctor
around it
Stephanie.
because people are categorizing all carbs as bad, and they don't understand the difference between high quality carbs and poor quality carbs. And then there's a whole nother category of carbs called resistant starches. If you don't know about resistant starches, you're totally missing out in your diet. Totally
Yeah,
missing
hey,
out.
Kyle. When you scroll up.
Aren't you delighted, Chris, to know that right here, this rice.
Yeah, it just
we
has
got
to be
eat
cold.
rice.
Is that all it is? It just has to be cold.
It's well, you aren't going to have cold rice unless it was already cooked. It's the heating and cooling process that creates that.
He does have a point.
And then we heated and brought it back to consumable temperature again. It's the heating and the cooling that causes the resistant starch.
Yeah, no, I see resistant starches right here, and my head's blocking out some. Resistant starches, reasons you should care.
Scroll it up, Kyle.
Yeah,
Give
this
him
is
a
what
little
I'm trying to
help
say.
here.
Let's get to the explanation of it here.
Gut health is the key to overall health. See, that was just talking about the foundation of health starts in your large intestine. And resistant starch goes right through the stomach, right through the small intestine. It isn't broken down or digested there. It's digested in the large intestine and helps feed the good bacteria that you have to have in the lower tract of your digestive system. Chris.
Oh, yeah, resistant. Where'd you leave off at? I was totally thinking about something else. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. So, in other words, resistant starch does not interfere with your weight loss goals. It is quite the opposite. Consistent consumption of resistant starch will reduce your cravings and upregulate satiation, that's exactly what your body does and tells you. Satiation is your body's trigger to say stop eating.
Right.
Okay, so by consuming resistant starches, not only are you feeding the good bacteria in your lower digestive tract, but it also helps get rid of cravings and shuts off your appetite.
Check that out.
So you won't be feeling crazy. And there it says, especially when you're following a ketogenic diet. Boom.
Ketogenic.
Now,
Yeah.
you know, something else I've been doing, and I'm thinking about having to cut back on this, is the apple cider vinegar. I've been doing apple cider vinegar shots 3 times a day. Once when I get up in the morning, once around midday, and then once in the evening.
Wait.
And
Shots? Straight shots?
no, not straight shots.
I thought you said.
They're called ACV shots, and you take a small half mason jar about that big, put in 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar into the water, and then you just shoot it to get it over with. And after 2.5 weeks of doing that, my energy levels are just off the charts. And so I started making my wife do these shots as well, and she's now on her 2nd week. I think I'm on my 3rd week. And she was very angry with me last night because she had so much energy that she couldn't sleep. And I'm going through the same problems as well too. Is that you just, I mean, like yesterday at
When do you do the last shot of the day? What time a day?
about 6 o'clock. You know, right around dinner time.
Okay.
And so, I mean, like yesterday, I'm at a council meeting, 2 different council meetings yesterday, and they had to have thought I was on crack because I mean, I'm just like. It's just like, how much longer? You know, so you know, if you need some energy boost and you want to cut some calories and you just generally want to feel better, do those apple cider vinegar shots 3 times a day too as well.
Yeah, when we
So-
first started doing this, we had before we had our coffee, our keto
Right.
coffee, we had, water bottles full of
Yeah.
apple
Yeah.
cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. Yep.
I miss doing that.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Nice
Well, that's
touch.
going to be a wrap here on Northwest Digital News. Thanks to everybody who joined us. I hope you make this meal for yourself as well.
I finished my
And
food.
enjoy this dessert, the lemon cheesecake. Follow the recipe that you have here. You know, the interesting part is there's a little tip here. So the maple syrup that we added in here for some sweetener to this, as your palate adjusts, so you become more used to not eating things that are the equivalent of candy in your diet. When those things start disappearing on a regular basis, you'll notice that your appetite for sweet things also decreases significantly. And you can put less and less of the maple syrup in this over time if you'd like. I've actually had this recipe without any maple syrup at all, and to me it tastes almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I can't taste maple syrup in it. Now,
Yeah.
here's something we may do on the upcoming show. Kevin was talking about the mushrooms. And
The
anybody who
mushrooms.
follows my personal page, we may make one of these in the future. But this is here. You guys can take this home and try it and tell me what you guys think about it.
Will do.
And then, I mean, that's a really simple recipe to do. And that one there has so much fat in it, and you get through like 4 or 5 mushrooms, and you're just done. You're just
done.
You know, that satiation feeling that you're talking
Kicks
about.
in.
It kicks in, and you're just like, oh, these are so good, but I want to keep going. Now, they actually call for actual real white wine in there, and I don't use that. I just use that cooking wine. So I imagine that it could even taste even better if I had real actual wine in the house. But I'm not a drinker, so I mean, it's not one of those things we keep around.
I have something I'd like to bring up. So earlier we talked about, family recipes and things like that. We posted our email. So I just want to say it again. Our email is wainfo2017@gmail.com. wainfo2017@gmail.com. You can
And that is about to show up on the live stream.
Yeah, check this out.
I see it in
Bam.
queue. There it is.
So yeah, you can email us like a family recipe. Maybe you want to actually come down for a show and be like a guest and be like, I want to try.
You can
keto
come
food.
cook it with us, you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? Here's something else too. Again, I'll say this again. If you have a restaurant here in town and you want us to come out and cook, record you guys cooking something, well, I don't have an issue doing that either. Just pick up the phone, give me a call. I'll show up with my little camera, and we'll get it done.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
But there is one requirement.
Oh no.
We have to be able to try the food.
yes,
Yeah.
we have to be able to try the
Darn.
food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There always has to be food
We
for
have
us.
to review it. Yeah.
So yeah, every Wednesday we have our Keto Kitchen show. So there's a lot of stuff that we do here at NDN, and a lot of it is, all of it's informational.
Okay, so two last pieces I want to leave you with today. So we were talking about resistant starch. We're talking about using rice in the meal that we used here today, and we explained why. So Chris, there's one other really important reason why you should be using resistant starch. Are you aware of how many cases there are in this country, and largely because of poor diets, but are you aware of how many cases there are of colon cancer in this country?
Isn't like the most common.
Do you know what one of the #1 nutritional habits you can adopt to greatly reduce your risk of colon cancer is to consume resistant starches? It will feed the good bacteria in your large intestine and keep your large intestine healthy and give you significant protection against any possibility of colon cancer. You guys got to absolutely do it.
Maybe it would have helped my cousin, but we'll never know.
You'll never know.
Never know now.
But yeah, so very, very important thing to take into consideration is reduce your risk of disease and all that kind of good stuff. And one last point I wanted to make is a lot of people that are diabetic out there, and they're going, I have to follow what the ADA requirements are for my diet. Here's what will happen if you do, you guys. You'll continue to gain weight, and your insulin requirements will continue to go up. If you convert to keto, what will happen, Kyle?
Okay, so my mom is diabetic herself, and I got her into the keto diet, right? And she completely stopped her nightly insulin. She stopped her midday insulin, and she just takes a little bit of insulin in the morning. Like, she had to have her dose in the morning. And she has so much energy now. She's just out and about, just constantly doing stuff. And before doing that, just going through the ADA and doing all that food, she was just,
Is she doing apple cider vinegar?
no.
Get her on that, man.
Yeah,
And she's going to be like,
Yeah.
She'd be like the Energizer Buddy.
Yeah, but she's
takes
She'll
a couple of weeks.
she'll have Kyle's set
Right.
of drums on, and she'll be
Right.
walking down the street.
right. It'll be like, I don't feel any different, like the first week and a half, and then about close to your second week, you start feeling a little different. And then all of a sudden, you're just laying there, and all of a sudden, it's like 4 a.m., and you're going,
Yeah, I think that's what happened to me last year when we first got on the keto diet. I also started the ACV as well,
Right.
and I kept talking about how I woke up one day and I was just like, I'm
yeah,
so
you just
well
woke up.
rested.
You don't, when you wake up, sometimes you're all groggy and you're tired and you feel like you haven't gotten any sleep. Just do some of this stuff. In a couple of weeks, you'll be like, but you have to do it religiously. I mean, every
Yeah.
day, three
Yeah,
times,
in
and I'm
church.
doing it three times a day.
Yeah, you have to bring your food to church
Right,
so you
yeah.
can do it religiously.
Yes, but
Yeah.
so much. My mom is just out and about, just completely energized.
Can you hold
everybody.
that thought, Pastor? I'm finishing my meal back here.
So yeah, if you're
My
diabetic,
friends told me to do this religiously.
yeah. So if you're diabetic, just completely just try the ketogenic diet. Her doctor is like completely just like shocked, and he's like, "Oh, just keep doing what you're doing. This is amazing."
And we talked to Larry Byman here on the show a long time. I think more than 3 decades he taught in the Longview school systems, and teaching biology and science. And so he loved the science, the very clear science behind the keto diet. And a little more than 18 months ago, started doing the keto diet. He was, you guys, diabetic. He also had Parkinson's. And he had acquired such a big problem with brain fog that he didn't dare come to town anymore because he didn't know where he was going and why he was even here. And he would have to pull over to the side of the road and just sit there for a while until his brain re-engaged. He could figure out where he was at. And we just talked to him here, what, a month and a half ago on the show?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
by detoxing and doing the keto diet, you'd never know that Larry Byman had the problems that he did just 2 years ago. And he's in his late 60s. So it's never too late to turn things around, you guys, and start doing this better food for better health.
Hey, remember when you were telling me about that? Get a hold of us before you show up because the door is always locked?
Yeah.
Just reminding you of that.
Yes. The door is locked and somebody wants to come. All right. Well, we got to wrap. We got people to meet and places to go, but I hope you enjoyed all the food here on the show today. Thanks for joining us here on Keto Kitchen on Northwest Digital News. Kevin Hunter, Chris Bornstead, and Kyle Torgeson. Take care, everyone.
This concludes today's live programming on Northwest Digital News. Thanks for joining us for this special broadcast. Heard around the world in more than 70 countries on YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, and Twitch TV. If you enjoyed a story or guest we had here on Northwest Digital News and would like to strut your stuff on the broadcast, email us today at wainfo2017@gmail.com or call or text to 360-545-3501. We're always interested in topics and guests to share with our worldwide audience. Before you go, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and comment on the live stream. And for those of you who'd like to financially support the broadcast, you can do so at patreon.com/Northwest Digital News. We thank you for your patronage. On behalf of Chris Bornstead, Kyle Torgeson, Stephanie Hunter, and all the people that made this broadcast possible, I'm Kevin Hunter. Till next time, take care.